Hello, hey guys, welcome. My name is Do. I'm the owner of Doodads and Designs, and I'm in my studio today. Today is a paint day, which is not every day for me. I am a decorative furniture artist and I do paint for a living, but I also teach women how to grow their business online with decorative furniture painting. But today is my day. This is my day to paint. I don't paint every day. I don't. I wish I did. But if you're just joining me for the first time, pop in. Even if you're joining me, you're reoccurring, pop in and say hello. I'd love to know where you're coming from. Comment in a section. If you're catching me on the replay, and you'll know the replay because you won't see the little red live button up at the top, I still would love to hear your comments and know where you're coming from. But welcome. Hey Wendy, how are you? Good, thanks for joining me today. Yeah, I'm just super excited because I don't get to paint as much as I want to. Let me rephrase that. I do get to paint as much as I want to because I'm in control of it. Nobody's gonna tell me that I have to paint every day. I paint when I want to, right? That's the beauty of it. So anyway, I am in the middle of a makeover, a bedroom makeover for my home. If you've been following me on Pinterest or Instagram or anything, and on Facebook, you've seen that I've been remodeling my whole bedroom. And I've gotten to the point where I've done a couple of projects, and now I'm to the furniture part, and I'm having to recreate some furniture that is kind of manly, but feminine enough to make me happy for my bedroom. And bless my husband, bless him, bless him, bless him. We've got French provincial furniture now, we didn't have before, and my piece is gold. Of course it is. So I'm gonna have to I found this little Frenchy chest, which I think is perfect. It's not really detailed, and I'm not gonna detail it all out with all of the carvings and stuff. I'm just gonna paint it one solid color, and then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna do a little highlighting maybe on the drawers, just some very basic, simple painting. And I thought I would come on today and maybe share that with you guys and show you how I do that. It's nothing complicated. It really, truly is not. But you guys also know that I'm also a brand ambassador for Dixie Belle Paint, and I love their paint, and that's what I'm going to be using today. So if you have any questions or comments, or you need to know anything, shout them out. I'm here to answer any of your questions about any of the products or about my private subscription group for furniture painters. If you want to know about that, I will shout it out to you. Or if you have some business questions about your furniture painting, I share it all. So what I did today is I took this piece, and first of all, it's been painted prior to me getting it, which means it was rather cheap, rather inexpensive to purchase, which is great. I love that. I don't mind painting pieces that have been painted already because I know that I can get them at a better bargain than I can just getting the furniture paint, the pieces that are, just wood furniture, because everybody wants the clean wood and it's easy to paint and blah, blah, blah. But it's not that hard. It really is not. This actually was painted with, I'm pretty sure, a DIY chalk paint recipe. The reason I know that is because I did it for years. I made my own chalk paint for years, and I know the consistency. I know what it looks like. I know the feel. I know the texture. So I'm not concerned about it. It was a latex paint, probably mixed with plaster Paris, and it wasn't even sealed. It's good to go. There's nothing wrong with it. So I sanded it all down. I did clean it with a product from Dixie Belle, which is like my favorite. It's called White Lightning. It comes in a crystal form. You actually mix it with a bottle with some warm water, and the directions are on the side. I think it's like 2 tablespoons to a gallon of hot water, and you mix it up. And I always label my bottle because I have spray bottles everywhere and I don't label them, and then I don't know what's in them. So label your bottle if you do that. Have it mixed up, ready to go. It's super easy. All you do is spray it over your surface, take your paper towel, cotton cloth, whatever, wipe it down, and it's done. And it's totally done. Hey, Carmen for Germany, thanks for joining me today. Hey, Mixed Up Missus, good to see you on. Cheryl, hello. Hey, so I've cleaned my piece. Let's get this out of the way. Let's move some stuff around here. Did I tell you how happy I am to be in my studio today? I'm super excited to paint. I love it. Anytime I put a paintbrush in my hand, I get excited. Okay. Because this was a French provincial, it had the fancy foo-foo knobs on it, right? Hubby's not gonna have that. We can't have no curly Q knobs and stuff, so I'm gonna have to kind of man it up a little bit. So I filled the holes, which brings me to my next product from Dixie Belle. Dixie Belle carries a product called Dixie Belle Mud. And the mud is used for many different things. The mud, I have used it as far as filling gouges. Like if I wanted to fill all of these holes and make it smooth, I can do that. I actually have a piece that I'm fixing to release that I just did that on. If you want to fix any repairs, any gouges or any holes, you want your surface to be smooth, it's like a wood filler. Fill it in, let it dry, sand it off with a 220, it's good to go. You also can use it, I use it all the time, for drawers. If you have knobs that you know are not going to fit this, you already have some knobs you want on an existing piece, you can actually fill those holes with this product. And what I do is take a piece of blue painter's tape, put it behind the drawer, and then take my finger and fill in that hole, and let it dry, go back over it, and smooth it. It's great. Cheryl says Dixie Belle has so many amazing products. I agree, Cheryl, they really do. And that's one of the reasons I have chose to be a brand ambassador for them, because I totally love their products. I would never recommend anything that I wasn't totally happy with, almost to the point that I'm using 100% Dixie Belle products now. That says a lot for me, because I've always been a huge advocate for just using what you want, what you love. And there are still a few things out there that I still use on occasion for my furniture, but for the most part, I'm strictly Dixie Belle. I'm really, really loving it. I'm gonna try every one of their products. I haven't tried them all yet, but I'm working on it really quickly. So anyway, I did that, and it's clean, it's good to go, and I chose, let's see, what are we gonna paint with today? Dixie Belle has a new color that's coming out. It will be released like next week, but I happen to get it ahead of time so I can use it and show it to you, so you get ready to see this. This one is called Navy, in the navy. It is a dark, dark, deep blue. Not like the Bunker Hill blue. They also have a beautiful color called Bunker Hill blue that I love too, but because my husband is gonna be using this, he needs something dark. And blue is gonna be my accent color in the room, so I'm gonna go with this. Hey, Susan. Thanks for joining. Hey, Francis, good to see you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm gonna start with this, and I'm gonna paint, and just paint and kind of see what happens. And I also chose, and I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not, but we're gonna find out. The second color that I'm gonna use is also, let's see, driftwood. It's a gray. So the colors in my room are gonna be blue and gray and gold and wood tones and all the kind of warm colors, kind of cool mixed with the warm, yeah. But I'm gonna use this to actually highlight on top of the cabinets. That way it's not just one plain color, because you know, when you're painting furniture, when you paint one color, it's kind of lack the imagination there, right? You need to ginge it up a little bit. So put an accent color on it. I mean, you can do that. It's super easy. So, all right, let's get started. Let's see, what brush do I want to use? Speaking of brushes, these are Klingons. Anybody else love Klingons? I love these brushes so much, so much, so much. This is my favorite. Okay. First off, before I ever start painting my furniture, I like to dampen my brush. I never paint with a dry brush, because you are going to soak up so much paint in these brushes, and then you're going to waste it. I am not about wasting paint. It is like gold to me. So I'm going to mist over it with my bottle, which, look at this, guys. This is not the coolest thing ever. This is called a mister, and watch the mist. You see that? Super, super fine, super great for when you're blending your paints. You don't have to worry about the spray bottles like squirting drops of water and then it's kind of running down and then you have to go back and fix it and stuff. The mister is perfect. It's just a perfect amount of mist. My hairdresser of all people showed me this. I was like, where has this been? She's like, it's been out forever. It's like, we didn't know that. So mist your brush, make it a little damp. You don't want it wet. Here, let me wipe it off. Aprons are good for this, right? Hey, Lynn, good to see you. You love my barn doors? Did you see those? Did you see those? Oh my gosh, every time I walk like in the bedroom more than I need to right now because I'm so in love with them. I'm so in love with them. I can't wait to show them to you. And they were easy. They were not hard at all. If you can work a saw and you can work a screw or something, you could do that. You could do that. Find a handyman to put your hardware up and build your doors. They're super easy. All right, so let's get started. I'm gonna start with the blue. Right off the bat, you're gonna see how quick and easy this paint is to go on. It is super, it's not super thick. You can kind of see the consistency. It does run, but it sticks. It is highly, highly pigmented, which means it covers really well, really quick. I may only have to put one coat on. I don't know. Sometimes it surprises me. It surprises me. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to work on the doors. Probably, I'm thinking it's probably going to take 2 coats because the furniture is white underneath. But I love this color. Yeah, it's going to take 2 coats. Which is not bad because, I mean, it dries really quickly. Doesn't take a long time to dry. And I actually have a heat gun that speeds it up too, which is good. When I'm painting my my furniture and I'm painting my drawers, I typically like to paint one drawer and then do my highlighting and then paint one drawer and do my highlighting. I like to do one drawer at a time versus painting all of it at one time, because when you're doing some highlighting on your furniture, you want to make sure that it's still wet. And that's where the spray bottle comes in. That's good for that, but you don't want it to fully dry. Dixie Belle Paint, by the way, when it dries and it's cured for a couple of days, girl, it is good to go. It is good to go. It's not something that you can re-wet and reactivate. So if you're going to be blending your paints, you need to do it like the first day, and also while it's still semi-damp and not completely dry. I'm going to scoot over here and finish up this drawer. Okay, let you watch. I like this color. This is a beautiful, rich, really, really dark, almost black blue, which is perfect. It's perfect for what I wanted to do. Hey, Shay. Shay, thanks for joining me today, by the way, Shay. This is Dixie Belle Paint. If you're not familiar with Dixie Belle Paint, it is like the best paint on planet Earth. No joke. I have used tons of chalk paint my whole life. Chalk paint's been out for a long time too, guys. So it has been my whole life. In the 80s anyway. And this by far is one of the best that I have found. And especially I say that because if you're a beginner painter and you're a little afraid of the paintbrush or paint, this will be your paint. It is that easy to paint with. And if you have problems or questions and you're a new painter and you don't have the answers, you can reach out to Dixie Belle and they will help you, or you can contact me. I would be happy to answer any questions that you have. But I'm going to go ahead and put one coat on all 3 drawers, and hopefully by the time I get down here, this may be kind of dry. I hope so, because I'd really like to put that second coat on and show you that blending that I want to do with the drawers. If this was a wood piece, if this was like a wood and it wasn't white, more than likely it would cover with one coat, which is phenomenal. If you've ever used chalk paint, you know sometimes it takes 3 coats. Nobody got time for 3 coats paint. I'll do 2, but I'm not doing 3. I'm over that. That's a long time ago when I used to paint three coats. Okay. I'm trying to see comments too. Shay, I will put a link in here when I'm done over to Dixie Belle Paints. It's an affiliate link, and if you click on my link, it actually gives me a percentage of what you purchase. That's called an affiliate link, by the way. If you didn't know that in business, you can be an affiliate for different paint companies and make money by selling paint and demonstrating it. Just a little business tip for you. But I will put that link. Sorry, I had a phone call. Oops. But I will put that link in here, and you can purchase through me. You can go to their website. It's dixiebelle.com, and you can purchase it there, or you can go to your local retailer. There's retailers all around. If you want to find a retailer near you, go to their website, and there's a search button, and you can put in the zip code, and it'll pop up the retailers that are near you if you want to go and look at the paint and maybe talk to a retailer. Okay? They're a great company to work with, as well as, they just have supreme products, and in my opinion, their products are just so good.
surface right here is dry. Still got a little more to go, so I'm going to keep going. If you're just joining me, my name is Do with Do Dodson Designs. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm a decorative furniture artist, and I teach women in a private subscription group how to grow their furniture painting business online and to work smarter and not harder. Thus, I only paint maybe one day a week now. I don't paint every day. I don't paint every day. I don't have to paint 20 pieces of furniture a month to make it in business. My business is online, and there's different ways you can make money with your furniture painting. It's not just about painting furniture and selling it. This is so pretty. Really, truly a dark, dark, yummy blue. Yeah, it will need 2 coats. It will definitely need 2 coats. Hey, Elaine, thanks for joining, honey. Who uses paint for therapeutic reasons? Anybody out there paint therapeutically? This is my therapy. It started out with me in business, not just as a business. It started out as therapy, actually. I started painting because it is therapeutic. I was a nurse for 33 years and needed that stress relief coming home from a tough day, tough situations in nursing. People die. It's not happy. So paint was my therapy, and I started painting furniture in my garage, and I've grown my business to now being online and teaching women, and it's just evolved over time, and I loved it. It's been almost, this fall will be 2 years that I retired from nursing just to paint full time and go online with my business, and I love every minute of it. We got any nurses in the house today watching? It's amazing how many nurses love paint. And I totally understand that. Okay. All right, so I think I've got everything there. Make sure I don't have any runs. I put a very, very light coat on. The very first coat is very light. And I do that because it dries really quickly that way. Never put a huge amount of paint on. Ooh, the light is terrible all of a sudden. You know what happened? Here's a funny trick for you. I do photography as well, and it's a lighting trick. Anytime you have something dark back here, like I have on black and stuff, the lighting that you use for your videos actually reflects back. It makes everything look white. It just like blows you out. There's your tip. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get the second coat on here. You see how fast that dried. And I'm in an air-conditioned building. I mean, I'm not in the heat because don't like to sweat. I'm sorry, I just don't like to sweat. That was one of the things that I had to have before I could go in business, was to have an air-conditioned place to actually paint my furniture. Not to mention, it's not good for your furniture to be out in the heat all the time, you know? It's really not good for your furniture. I know I did it for a long time, but if you can get to an air-conditioned place, your painting is so much easier. You're more comfortable, and it just flows. Okay, let me get over here and finish this side up. Did I mention how much I love Klingon brushes? They're like the bomb, right? Okay, 2 coats. 2 coats is all it took. You see how fast it dried. I went over it with the second coat. Now before it gets dry, my brush, I'm gonna need that. Hang on to that one brush that you painted with, because you're gonna need that again. I'm gonna get my second brush, my second Klingon. I'm going to do a little bit of highlighting on this door. And I'm not going to do a lot. I just want to put a little bit. Just something to bring your eye to it. Because see, I just covered all that detail up. I'm not going to go back and do anything with that because my husband would really be frowning on that. He wouldn't like that too much. Ooh, that light is still bright, isn't it? Okay, that's better. All right, so I have driftwood. It's kind of a grayish color. I have no idea what these two colors are going to look like when I put them together. I don't even know. I haven't tried it yet. I'm hoping it stays a little gray, but I have a feeling it's going to turn kind of a light blue because it probably will. But that's okay too. It's still in the blue family, right? And as it dries, if I want to go back and put a little more of the gray on top of what I blended, I can go and do that too. So we're going to start from here. Okay. I have my spray bottle. You're going to need this. We're going to go with it. This is the scary part. It's scary for me too, guys. I'm like, I don't want to paint this over again, but you know, you just got to go with it. Oh, yeah. That's just enough that it's not going to be overpowering, but I love that. Yeah. The trick is if you can do this, when the paint is still wet, it goes on really easy, and with Dixie Belle Paint, it's super, super smooth. Your brush should never drag. You shouldn't feel the resistance. It should be smooth. So if you want to spray it, just a quick mist, and go back over it and continue to blend. That is it, guys. How fast was that? That was super quick, super easy. This is a very, very simple technique. As long as you do it while it's wet, it's really, really easy. Hello, Joanna. Thanks for joining. I'll read a few comments. Yes, ma'am, Marcy. I did sand this down before I painted it. I sand down everything. I sand it and then I clean it very well. That is just something that I do. I know a lot of people that don't. I don't recommend it. If this is going to be in my house and this is going to be a piece of furniture that I'm going to be using, it's going to be done the right way the first time. I don't want to have to redo it. But basically, that's it. I'm going to continue on. Would you like me to do another drawer, or is this enough for you? If you would love to see me do another drawer, give me some more hearts and thumbs up. If you're done with me and you want to move on to the next big live, then that's fine too. But I'm going to continue to paint. So if you want to see more, I'll go ahead and continue to paint. I have this other drawer to do. I see some hearts. I see some thumbs up. So we're going to keep going. All right, guys, we will. So I'm going to go ahead and start the next one. I still have my paintbrush with the blue, the navy. And this is dry, so we're going to go ahead and put that second coat on. And like I said, I do this one drawer at a time because I want it to match. I want to see how much I have. And if I painted all of this blue and then went back with the gray and tried to highlight that really quickly, by the time I got down here, this would be too dry and it wouldn't blend as well. So do it while your paint is wet. If you know a furniture painter who would like to know more about these techniques, about blending, share this video with them. If you want to come back and review it later, if you want to, because I know I learned by repetition. I'll go back and watch a video tutorial, and I have purchased a lot of video tutorials. I'm not ashamed. Everybody has to learn somewhere, right? I'll go back and watch them over and over again. It helps. It really does. And you have to play with the technique. You have to get it down. It's not something you just pick up your brush and do the first time. It takes a little while. Everybody's finish is going to be a little different. Nobody's furniture is going to look the same. It doesn't matter if you're trying to copy so-and-so. It's still not going to look the same. Nobody's going to be able to do the technique like you do it. It's all going to look different. And that's the beauty of this. Okay. Now, see any places I missed? I usually miss some. I have to go back and find it later. Okay. All right. For our blending. Okay. got your gray paint. Now this is a no-no. You usually don't dip your blue into the gray. I don't follow rules ever. It's my paint anyway, right? So I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay. Just a little. And I do very little. When you're using a lighter color on a dark color, unless you want it really, really bright, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much at all. So we'll start in the middle. I try to work in the center first and then work out because I want this to be more shaded, or excuse me, highlighted, and then drag it out to the ends. I feel my brush getting a little draggy. I don't want that. So we're gonna give it a quick spray. Sometimes you have to stand back and look at it to see that it's even, and that's okay. A little more here. Now, if for some reason I decided, gotta know when to quit too. If I decided I wanted more light in the middle, I could take that paint again, and I'm not going to because I think I like it really subtle. You can take it and dip it in and then go right back in the middle again and then feather your way out, and it'll actually bring that color up a little more and it's a little lighter, so you can actually do that. Cheryl wants to know what kind of sander that I use. Good question. I am all about quick and easy. Hang on, let me grab it for you. It is right here because I just used it. Whoa, hang on. I use, there you go, a Makita Orbital sander. It is like the rotary sander. These actually just kind of on and off. I use anywhere from a 220 grit sandpaper up to 50. I mean, it just depends on the need of what you want to sand. Typically 220 is all you need because you just need to scuff the surface up just enough to actually get to where your paint will adhere. You don't have to get really aggressive with your sander. You can also sand it by hand if you want to. I just don't. And you can actually sand just about anywhere with this hand sander. When you get really good with your tools, you can actually hold your sander sideways and you can actually get in the grooves of your furniture. It's so super quick and easy. I sanded this piece, I ain't kidding you, probably in 10 minutes out on the back patio. I just put it out there, sanded it. The wind was blowing, dust blew off. It was perfect. It was perfect. Shay says, do you seal it with a sealer or wax? Okay, Dixie Belle Paint does not require a sealer. It does not. It is a matte finish. It's a chalky matte finish, and it's beautiful the way it is. I, however, feel more comfortable with a sealer. I really feel like, you know, fingerprints and stuff like that are going to get, or oils are going to get into the paint. If you're going to be using it for a high traffic area, definitely you want to do that. I don't have, if you'll hang on tight, let me go get the product and I'll show you. Don't leave. Okay. Thanks for waiting, guys. This is what I recommend. This is my favorite of all the Dixie Belle sealers. They do have waxes, and the waxes are beautiful. You can even make sure you take the clear wax and mix different paints with it and make a colored wax, which is fun. I plan on doing that really soon. But this is called Gator Hide, and it's a sealer. It's water resistant, and that's why they call it Gator Hide. And also, Dixie Belle Corporation is also in Florida, so I'm sure they're all familiar with the gators, but it's called Gator Hide because it's super tough and durable. Simple, easy application is a sponge. This actually is a new sponge. I haven't used it yet. My other sponge is still wet because I just used it. You take the sponge, you dip it in water, and you remove all the water to where it's damp. Take a little bit of the Gator Hide, pour it in a bowl, and then take this and tap it inside the bowl, and then on the side of the bowl, you kind of wipe it off, so you just have a little bit mixed with a little bit of the water, and then you wipe over your painted project. That's it. That is it. No paintbrushes, no nothing. Take this, dip it in the water, rinse it out, let it dry. It's good for the next time. I love this. I love it. I hate putting sealers on. I hate putting waxes on because it's so much work. I'm not into the work. I just want to work and get the best finish I can with the least amount of work and the least amount of time, right? So, yeah, Gator Hide is one of my favorite products. So, okay, guys, well, I've bored you enough with my painting, and I'm going to continue and finish out this dresser, hopefully today. And I want to thank you for joining me so much, for sharing your time. I know time is valuable to everybody, but you spent your whole 30 minutes probably with me watching me paint. I hope you learned something. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And I will put my affiliate link in here for Dixie Belle Paint, and also for the private subscription group where I teach decorative furniture painters how to paint and go online. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. Thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate you. Y'all have a blessed day.